Hello everyone, welcome to Headlines of the Day. This is 27th of May 2022 and we are back again with some of the major articles from the Indian Express. Let's begin our today's discussion from page number 1, the very first article from GS3 economy section that is headlined as Supreme Court underlined federalism, now says intrigued by the feedback. So Justice Chandrachud's remark come after opposition states interpreted verdict as giving them flexibility in the GST structure. From this article you have to know about the Supreme Court's recent observation on the federal structure and the powers of the Parliament and the state legislatures to legislate on the GST. In addition, the rationale behind move and what is the possible scenario ahead. Moving further on page number 1 and 10 from GS2 education sector, there are two articles. The first one is highlighted as except in 2 states, school scores dip below levels from 5 years ago, says the survey. Here we are talking about the National Achievement Survey 2021 and another article, Relearning to Learn. So from these articles, you have to know what are the findings of the National Achievement Survey 2021 and the challenges highlighted. In addition, what are the suggestions to handle them? Moving further on page number 7 from GS2 Polity and Governance, there's an article, No Law Yet. Supreme Court asks cops to treat sex workers with dignity. So from this article, you have to know what are the series of directions issued by the Supreme Court in exercise of its power under Article 142 on the sex workers' rehabilitation and what are the expected implications of this particular move. Moving further on page number 10 from GS3 economy section, there's an article, Note to the Consumer, that is written by Ms. Deepti Deshpande. So the article says, pressure on prices of agricultural commodities will take its time to soften. From this article, you have to know what are the drivers of current inflation, why is food inflation surging, how rising prices have a stricter impact on the inflation expectations, the consequences and issues, efforts to alleviate the burden of consumers, and what more needs to be done in this particular context. Moving further on page number 11 from GS3 economy section, there's an article, Making Sense of the GST Bonanza. So revenue collection has been rising. The challenge for center and states is to ensure that it continues to do so. Says the writer. From this article, you have to understand why has there been a remarkable upswing in the GST collections in recent months, its consequences for the economy, what additional steps need to be taken to ensure that the indirect tax regime delivers upon its earlier promise of enhancing government revenues, and what is the possible scenario ahead. Moving further on page number 15 from GS3 economy section, there are two articles. The first one is headlined as Year Before COVID. Jobs in corporate sector, LLPs grew, proprietorships fell. From this article, you have to know what are the key takeaways of provisional results of the annual survey of industries released by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. How did the job growth has been hit and what is the possible scenario ahead? Another article about the paper import. So paper import monitoring system launched. From this article, you have to know what are the features of the paper import monitoring system and its objectives. Moving further on page number 15 itself from GS2 Polity and Governance, there's an article about data localization. So the article is headlined as Data Localization Norms May Make It Difficult for the Services. From this article, you have to know what exactly is data localization, the purpose of data localizations and issues related to it, what are the data localization norms in India, and what is the possible scenario ahead. Well, with this, we call it a wrap of today's edition of Headlines of the Day, the Indian Express. This is Kritika signing off. I'll see you with more such videos. Till then, take care and do stay tuned.